everyone, it's officially a new year on Hermitcraft. One moment. Here we go. Happy New Year! It's common in the new year to set some goals for yourself. And today, I certainly have a goal. We gotta finish this mega base. That's right, the survival mega base. We have been building this base up in survival mode for nearly a year now. It was originally just a plan with a wolf, but we have been slowly picking away at it and watching it grow into something very ugly to something a lot more beautiful. Today, we will finalize the build and a lot of the details so that we can finally move into our base. Hold on, pause everything. I have to tell you something. I have a brand new vinyl figure from U2's and she is so cute. She's a little Gemini sleigh and this is me unboxing her. The quality and the art is something I am so happy with, and if you want to get her for yourself, this launches on January 20th at 12 p.m. PST or 3 p.m. Eastern. There is a giveaway happening and these steps are on screen right now. You're gonna click the link that's gonna be in the comments down below or in the description and follow the steps that U2's gives you in that link. This figure is a limited edition, so please enter that giveaway and see if you can get yourself one or wait until January 20th to purchase one in the shop. And I'll let you get back to the video now. My New Year's resolution is to finally finish this base, which means we have a lot of work to do, particularly on this back section, but also the terrain. You know, we need a bunch of custom trees. I should probably take down that and, you know, do something about this. Oh boy, we better get started. So naturally, my first project of 2022 is taking down my mega base. Only partially though, don't panic. And now we are left with this beautiful clean slate, and this should hopefully allow me to fix the back of my base and fix this entire problem as a whole. Oh, we also have mobs spawning in here. Oh dear. Go away, please. Yeah, I don't want you in here. No thank you. No thank you. So with this clean slate and fresh hole in our ceiling, I think it's important now that we gather some materials so that I can really get to work on this tower. It's gonna be a great tower. I can feel it. Just needs a little shaping is all. Before we can do any shaping though, we need materials. So I take a second and get organized so that I set today up for success. I feel like I do these spherical roofs quite a lot because it's just so easy to add details and depth to them with not too much effort. I mean, just with these few solid blocks, I've already got a pink layer and then the white layer and then the blue layer on top of that. And I know that it's gonna look great even without stairs and slabs. Once we add the stairs and slabs, it'll look even better. This is also gonna be a little awkward interior wise. It's okay, I'll figure it out. Let's cut to a time lapse. Impulse just gave me a present. I was just peacefully building and I picked up this shulker box. It's filled with coal. I mean, normally this would be a horrible Christmas present, but actually I have been running low on coal. The coal is great because I've been using these tiny furnaces over here to actually smelt some sandstone because I'm too lazy to go to the industrial district every single time and wait for bamboo. That'll be much faster. Thank you, Impulse. And while we're out here, let's get a look at the progress. It's not bad. It's just, you know, a plain old tower right now with no details, but we will get there and add some details very soon. The first of which is actually going to be a tower right in the center here, and that's why I haven't filled this in. I want the tower to continue up, just not too high. Probably will want a little bit of a platform to build this off of, so let's fill this in a tiny bit. There we go. So I want this tower to be just taller than this structure right here, but not too much taller as to take over and look imbalanced once again. So I think right about here is probably good. And I'm also going to be building it out of a variety of blocks, the first of which being smooth sandstone, but then I'm gonna transfer to birch wood. Don't worry though, I mean birch planks, not logs. Now that this rough shape is sort of started, I still think we should work on the inside a little bit. I mean, it's definitely a build, but I'm not gonna claim that anything behind me is particularly good or structurally sound. So we're gonna need a bunch of our flooring material, and I want to get some floors in here because, well, we've got this big one to walk on, but we don't really have any others. And I think one here, one there, and one there would give us some good kind of connectors to work upon. Why is there a spider on my ceiling? That's kind of spooky. God, it's just like real life. All right, moving on. First thing we gotta do is figure out exactly where the ceiling is, I suppose, and then from there we can put a flooring in. Now, where is the ceiling? Hold on, I need some deep slate. This was the layer of our next floor up from that one. Then that would leave us needing windows right here. Just like so. Perfect. This is all going to become a mob spawner very quickly. Especially this ring, actually. Why is this here? We don't need this. Can this be a window? Oh, would you look at that? I feel like that can be a window. That seems like it was meant to be a window. We have a lot of details to figure out. I am on a mission. My mission is to not be able to see the sky through this build, unless it's a window. None of this is a window. We have got a long way to go. It's time to place a lot of blocks. It may not look like it, but I have cleaned up most of the disaster and also added a second, or rather third, I guess, floor that will also connect up to the fourth floor up here. We've got to punch some more windows in the place and still add a couple of roofs, but this is looking a lot better and I can start to kind of visualize the interior. This in here is going to have a floor layer down where the cobble meets the sandstone, which means up here we're probably not going to connect to it. So I think I'm going to plan to have a wall just come straight along here to kind of cover up some of this. I am so desperately trying to have this thing not be a giant mob spawner, but boy is it hard. Marking this interior wall now to see if this is actually what I would like for this base, but it seems to be kind of working. This can be a little nook or a separated room. Like, this can be broken up into a lot of different spaces, right? I admit it's hard to visualize right now. It's even hard for me to visualize, but I suspect once we connect up this giant gap, it will all make more sense. You know, for a back of the build, that's not actually too bad. I think we can finally work on finishing this tower up here now.
Hello.
I'm staring at my base in peace here. I'm trying. It's the back of the build. It requires a lot of staring, Pearl. You can't interrupt a woman while she's staring at her base.
I have to interrupt a woman while she's staring at her base. When I'm around, there is no staring allowed. Just work. Build, Gem. No staring, build.
Do I have to stare at it?
Build and stare. Do both. Ow! She's killing me! That's rude, Gem!
What are you doing? Why are you here? You build. Where's your build?
I was looking at you staring at your base.
Yeah. It's the... Look, you don't have the eyesore anymore. It's all coming together, Pearl. Except ignore the dirt. But I got rid of the lanterns. Do you notice?
Is it... Was it a previous, like...
Do you remember the pillar of
lanterns?
lanterns?
I saw. I did? You took it down?
It's
that
gone.
was an iconic pillar, Gem.
You told me you didn't want it up.
I agree with that statement, but I'm also very sad.
What? I can't win with you.
No, you can't. I can't win with myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish the back of this base. I'm gonna finish this tower, and then I'm gonna put up a bunch of cool trees and rocks to finish it. And it's, you know, it's gonna be a base.
It's sounding wonderful, but at the same time, everyone's always saying that hermits don't finish the back of their bases, Gem.
We finish it. So, the build is going swimmingly, and thus far, it's almost completely closed off. As you could kind of see behind me, there's no more random air blocks, at least for the most part. We now have to just do the finishing touches of finishing off the tip of this tower and the back of this roof. And then, other than the details, the whole shaping of this side will be complete. Can you believe it? This is the back of the build, and it's nearly complete. That's crazy. We are, however, just going to need a little bit of birch wood to finish bringing this up, and then we can do the roof. Right. Let's do it. Making a mega base is really weird sometimes because you could place literally thousands of blocks, and yet it looks like you have done nothing. But alas, I have done things. I have finished this tower over here, which you just saw in the lovely time lapse. I think this tower was a great addition to this area, and it cuts down on some of the crazy cobbleness. Another change I've made is I've added tinted glass to our mob farm tower right here. I still have to add some of the spruce details around the side, but as a general rule, things are looking better, and I've also had some stripey bits. So there's that. This has also got windows, and this side over here is much more closed off, as you can see also on the inside, where, you know, it's got a flow to it. It's not nearly as airy as it was before. Oh, and up here, we've got this amazing room. Oh, hold on. We've got this amazing room. Yeah, right here. I think this will be like a little bit of an observatory or maybe a meeting room. It just looks like it would fit some bookshelves on a really long table. Oh, and there's this staircase over here that now leads up into this room, which is beautiful and grand and is the very top. And I think this can probably be our ballroom. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments, of course. Mackenzie is unfortunately short-circuiting. There's no longer any sun for this daylight sensor, and so daylight cannot be sensed. And therefore, I think it is time for Mackenzie's redstone to be disconnected. I'm sorry, Mackenzie. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry about this, though. That's so loud. Goodbye. Goodbye, redstone. Don't worry, though, although I am removing Mackenzie's winking mechanic, Mackenzie will still live here, and eventually I believe we will rehome Mackenzie to a new location. Speaking of new Mackenzie location, I also finished the ceiling of this big central tower, and this is where our lovely organic is eventually going to sit. But we're not going to do that today. Today, we have a lot more to finish, like these windows. Oh boy, we better get back to work, everyone. We got a lot to do. The details are really starting to come together on this base. I'm jumping from one area to another and putting it together sort of like a puzzle. At this point, we're about halfway through the details, and I've got a really good flow going. But there's still a long way to go before this is complete, and it's getting really tedious. Look at this. We now have this beautiful balcony that looks over the village. Oh, I really like it. I have to finish the roof. I'll finish the roof. But for now, a balcony. Oh, can you believe it? I never really originally planned to put one there, and that balcony perfectly mirrors, hold on, this balcony over right there. Right there. It mirrors that one. With a couple of less details and a little bit more length, but I feel like the length really helps it because, well, this back bit is a lot longer than the front bit. I feel like it works. Now, there's a glaring problem with all of this. The new details over here look great. We've still got a hole in the base. We can't be having that. No holes in the base. This is no holes in the base 2023, unless it's a window. I've decided that we've probably got enough balconies along the place. I mean, there's literally a balcony right up there. I don't think we need one down here, so maybe this little section can be like a terraced garden. Maybe that would make more sense. Gonna need some dirt for that, though, so let's grab some. Hoping I actually have grass. Oh, I have tons. Okay, perfect. This is gonna look way better with some greenery mixed in. And, you know, 100% less holes. I think this might be it. This is the last hole in the base. At least the last really big one. Oh, I'm so proud. That has been there for so long. It almost feels surreal to see it gone. Now we have a big flat plain wall. We'll figure out something to do with that, don't worry. I'll figure it out. But it looks way better for now. This is a really tall build, so I feel like as many of these vertical features as I could fit in, the better. We want to really bring a focus to how tall and elegant this base is. I think this is doing the trick. I don't mean to alarm anyone, but I think the back of this base actually looks good. Like, it looks really good. I would argue that the back of this base looks just as good as the front, actually. It just needs, you know, a couple more details. Which is kind of the story for the entire base at this point. The whole thing could just use a couple more details. So we're kind of at the point where the base doesn't have any major issues in it. There's no giant holes. There's no really big blank walls. There's just a lot of smaller areas, like here, for example, that could use a little bit of extra work and detailing. Oh. Hello. I will deal with that another time. Like I said, it details. It just details. The sounds inside of this particular building are driving me absolutely nuts. What the heck? I really hope there's no creeper. Oh, what? Excuse me? So from here, this is looking a little bit cleaner, that's looking a little bit better, but this up here is clearly neglected. So that is our next area to go to. My inventory is so much to handle. I think doing these little overhangs might be one of my favorite parts of this build. Now, what in the absolute heck is going on here? What is this? Why did I do this to myself? This is what happens when you sort of puzzle piece a bunch of separated buildings all together. You end up with weird gaps. I think it's okay. I think I can just make this a full-on flooring, though, and it shouldn't make any sort of difference to the interior. I heard a creeper. Oh, it's in there. Oh, goodness. Yeah, don't mind me. Maybe we'll go ahead and add some little windows to this while we're at it as well. This is meant to be a bright elven palace after all, so more lights and windows can't hurt. Although, now that I think of it, maybe it can hurt. I'm gonna let those guys despawn, but let's look at our windows. Oh yeah, that's all very, very cool. And now I just need to add those stone beams over here, which should be pretty simple. Just right here. The good thing about this one is that once it's done, the interior on this one is actually also done. Plus, it's functional with a farm inside. So this tower really is fully complete, inside and out. And that is definitely a relief. It looks really good. All right, we are on the very critical final steps in this, and for it, I need some specific decorations. Glass. We need glass for windows. And unfortunately for me, I don't actually have very much glass. So that is a problem we will have to solve with our money. This staircase is also bothering me. Hold on, I fix. Oh yeah, this makes way more sense. Sorry, that was really distracting me. That'll probably be a much better solution. We just have to work out more interior walls, which won't be a problem, and we now have access to these windows. Great view. Anyways, don't mind me, just mildly distracted. I have some shopping to do. Colored glass, 1 diamond per stack. Oh yeah, this is what we need. We're gonna take 2 of those, and a couple of those. And some of these. And you know what? We'll even take some pink. That should do it. Well, now that I've got all this glass, nothing left to do but pop it in the windows. Oh boy, there are a lot of windows. For these fancy windows up here, I think I'd like to do some sort of design. Although, granted, I'm not exactly sure what, so this might look weird. Yeah, it's weird, but it's definitely a stained glass window, so we'll go with it. Yep, that's a good window. I like that window. Solid gradient. Right, windows are in. Just a couple more details to go. I'm almost done, I'm almost done, I'm almost done. I just need a bunch of glow lichen. The roofs are still having some snow coverage issues, but after I get that completely sorted, this thing might actually be done. Would that be crazy? I mean, what if I finished my mega base exterior today? That'd be kind of crazy, right? As a Canadian, I'm really offended that I'm still dealing with snow problems on this base. I know some of you have said that you like the snow, but listen, I worked way too hard for this Prismarine. We are getting rid of the snow. It's gotta go. It's the final straw. Plus, it also gives my roofs this like glowy feeling, which I like. Snow that's on the quartz, that can stay. We don't care about that. I've just used 6 stacks of glow lichen, and I ran out. How? Well, anyways, that's the base. I don't really know what to say. I don't even know how to end this video. I've just spent like probably the last 17 hours looking at this base. And do you know what? From this angle, doesn't even look that different. Details are funny like that. They don't make the hugest difference until you're really up close and taking it all in. Oops. I do think it made a difference though, and the space has really come together. So I'm gonna go ahead and call the exterior of this base complete. That doesn't mean we're not gonna do anything else with it, but it does mean that we can move in and start on the interior. There are no holes anywhere in this base except for, you know, the windows and the doorways, which means we can now flesh out this entire interior, and we have so much interior space to work with. I'm genuinely so excited. I'm also very proud to say that I think the back of this base looks extremely good. This could easily be the front of a base, and you wouldn't even know. Oh, I missed a window. We'll get to it. I'm still calling it done. It's still done. I'll do that. I'll get it. Even with this base exterior finish, there is so much to look forward to. Catch us in the next episode where we are going to be working on the biome that surrounds this base. And then throughout the year, of course, we also will be building up this village and adding details all around here. I am so looking forward to playing Hermitcraft this year. I hope that you are too. Now, before you go, please give the video a like. This was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Please, I'm begging. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye!